Now, hold on here. Let's not forget what we're doing. For segment 2, let's talk about this for just a second. Now, I know for a fact that you don't follow baseball, but I do
No.
know you have at least a smidge of some basketball knowledge. So when I tell you,
Where the fuck are you getting that?
hold on, you'll see in a second what I mean by smidge. Okay,
Jordan.
okay, but
Vince Carr? Was that his last name?
Carter
Vince Carter. Yeah, see, look at that. Don't even know the fucking names.
Jordan.
Jordan.
You
Well,
don't
LeBron's
know a lot about the NBA, but when I tell you that a basketball game in the NBA had a score of 83 to 36 in the first half, you know that's bad.
Yeah, I mean,
you
the
have
numbers
to know.
look. I know numbers. Those numbers look pretty bad. They doubled their points every fucking quarter, from what I saw.
I may not know my basketball, but I know a shitty scorecard when I see one.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
That
Pretty
is,
bad. But you got to put some context on it for me, right? Are they a shit team?
this
So
is
are
the
these
playoffs,
like
so no,
I
they're not
understand,
a
but
shit
what I'm
team.
saying is, are they like were they like favored to win, or did they just get smoked?
Okay, so here's the context of the whole situation. Before the playoffs began, the New York Knicks, as presently constituted, started to feel like a real championship contender. The problem is they were kind of stumbling into the playoffs. They were on a little bit of a rough patch. Now they are the higher seed in the postseason than the Hawks. Okay. Now here's the thing: the Hawks on the opposite end of the spectrum were kind of a 50-50. They're kind of in the middle kind of team, but got white hot going into the postseason. They went on an 18-2 run going into the postseason. So they're hot. Right. They're smoking, right? They're the lower seed. They're the underdog, but they got all the momentum. The Knicks, higher seed, a lot more expectation, a lot more pressure. So we go into this postseason.
This went the way it technically was supposed to go.
Well, that's not exactly how it started.
Fair enough.
Actually, what happened is the momentum kind of continued for Atlanta, and they were kind of beating the teetotal shit out of the Knicks. And then, almost seemingly from nowhere, the Knicks just remembered how to play high-level basketball.
Okay, I'm sorry. Are you referring? Because basketball. This is why I don't know why you think I know basketball. Basketball has more than one round in the playoffs, right?
Yes.
Okay, right. So are you
that's a really good point.
Because I'm using my football brain.
Okay.
So now I'm looking at quarters.
Okay.
But that's what you may not be talking about that. So my point is, are you referring to the series or that the Hawks was white hot? Because the game you're showing me is not what you're saying.
Okay.
So
that's an
help me out.
That's an excellent point. As I stated at the beginning of this segment, there's going to be a bunch of people who watch this show who don't follow basketball. So let's go ahead and break that down for just a second, okay? In the NBA, the league is split up into two halves. There's an east side and a west side, okay? In the postseason, they take the top 8 records from each side, they put them in a tournament, brackets, okay? They list them 1 through 8 by record, but they don't place them that way. The first place team plays the 8th seed. The second place plays the 7th. Third plays the 6th. Fourth place and the 5th place, like that. So it kind of evens out, right? This game is taking place in the first round. Each series is a 7-game series. You have to win the best of 7. So the first team to 4 wins the series. They do it through the first round, the second round, then there's your conference final, and then the NBA finals. That's how that works. So this was a first round 7-game series matchup. First team to 4 wins. So as I stated before, the Hawks came in with a lot of momentum, and it showed in the beginning of this series.
There we go.
They won the first game by just obliterating this fucking team.
Okay.
And then somehow they just woke up and remembered how to play basketball and started getting momentum. Now it's a little bit, now they won a game, not by much, but we're winning. And then we won, and then we won. And then it takes us to this game, game 6. Okay. This was the score going into the half. I showed you the clip of Shaq and the boys just putting the hurting on the Hawks on the halftime. The halftime show. They put the damn Hawk in the casket. They're trying to give him resuscitation.
But he couldn't. His eyes. He had X's on his eyes. He had black tape. You see that shit? He had black tape over his eyes.
They put time and effort into this.
They did.
Kenny Smith had the line of the century. He was like, if it was me, I'd take my starters out and put my backups in. They can't keep a 50-point lead. I'm okay winning by 25. I'm good. If they can't hold it down, it's all right. This was an absolute beating and an absolute just destruction. The final score, by the way, because they're probably thinking to yourself, 83 points in the first half. They must have been exhausted. No way they scored any more points after that. Nope, they scored 140 total points. And 89 for the Atlantic Hawks. I guess they were trying to make it respectable in some way. They were trying to make it seem like, they tried. Which brings me to my overall point in bringing this topic up. Mm-hmm. Because this topic to me actually is an issue that goes kind of beyond just this particular playoff run for the NBA, but the sport as a whole. I'm going to say the words, and it's going to hurt to say it, but I'm bringing it up for a reason. Back in our day, when we played sports, we actually tried very, very hard to win and be successful. Now, when I saw this score, I said to myself, no fucking way. Because for a team like Atlanta that's in the postseason, they made it to the playoffs, and they were hot. They were beating good teams to get into the postseason. To lose like this is not
rigged.
No. I'm not going that route. I'm going a much
okay.
I'm not going a much different route. I'm not. There's no way that a team in the NBA that has won games in the past can get their ass kicked like this, except for two reasons. One of the two has to exist, and it's either stupidity or it's ignorance. It's one or the other, right? Mm-hmm. Either the Knicks are that much talented than you that they've had their way with you and there was absolutely nothing you can do, which I cannot believe, because up until this game it was competitive. Which leads me to 2, ignorance. Which leads me to, you did not want to play this fucking game. For whatever reason, y'all went on the court and just was not feeling being there on that day. Even the announcers were like, are they trying to get to Cancun like tonight? Like, did they have reservations or something? Like,
so you don't feel like it felt like a loss, or it's more like a sandbag, but not like rigged, but like their hearts weren't in it.
I don't,
which is really to say about a player.
Yes. That's why I opened with what I opened with by saying back in my day, we tried to win. And if we can't win, we will fuck you up, which is what they tried. There was a fight in that game because they get smacked by 60 points. So I guess they figure if we gonna get smacked in points, we smacking motherfuckers with hands. And they just started waylaying up people and trying to hand out business. They said, fuck it, if I'm gonna get out of here, I'm getting suspended. I want to extend. I want the next season for me to start off with a 10-game suspension. Said I want time off. Right? There is an overwhelming sense. I am in the Mecca right now. I'm in New York City, and I'm telling you, the vibe right now in this city is high.
Everyone, I could imagine.
Right, and I keep being looked at like this sour Sally because I'm just telling you, that wasn't a win. That
was a win, baby.
That, I mean, on paper, a win is a win, but that's not the kind of win that we should be looking at and taking seriously. You don't beat a team like that in that fashion and just assume you're going to smack everybody like that.
I do.
And they just started the new series, and the second round. And I'm going to get into the second round for a second, but I can't get to the second round with the Knicks until I talk about the other first round series, which is, and follow with me now, petty as fuck, right? So Philadelphia and Boston, much like many territorial cities, there's a rivalry, right? New York hates Boston, Boston hates Philly, Philly hates New York, and we all agree Washington sucks, right? That's just kind of how it goes. That's just kind of how it goes. And so Philly, based on their record, it was projected that they were probably going to meet the Boston Celtics in the first round. Now, the Boston Celtics are the defending world champions. So Philly said, both the players and the fan base said, we want Boston. We want to try our luck against the very best. We don't want to get into the postseason and take an easy route. We want the best. And Boston's the best. They're the world champs. They got 2 All-Stars. 3 All-Stars if you count Derek White. They got some of the best players in the world right now. So the fans were chanting, we want Boston.
And I'm assuming they're in Boston.
We're talking about the game?
Yeah.
Well, I'm setting it up. This is before the series started. So at other games, when Philly was playing other teams and gearing up for the playoffs, the fans were like into it. They're like, yeah, we want Boston.
I got you.
Get these scrubs off the court. We want Boston. We want the champs, right? Okay. So now the first round starts. Philly gets one off, but Boston starts putting boots ass. They wasn't just beating Philly. They whipped it out and fucking swung it on their foreheads and everything. It was crazy. So they were in. So they ended up going up 3-1 in the series. And while they were playing in Philly, when they won that game to be up 3-1 in the series in Philly, the Boston fans who had traveled to Philly to see the game started going, we want Boston. We want Boston. You know, doing what Boston does, jerking themselves off on national television, right? And of course, the Celtic players hamming it up. Oh yeah, baby, we've got this. We've got this. Come on, go ahead, let them know. And you're doing it in Philly's building. They're not gonna do shit to you. They punks. They don't set their own city on fire when they win. Don't worry about it. That's all TV. That's all media. That's not real. Go ahead, talk your shit. So Philly decided, hold my beer. And they win the next game. And now the series is 3-2. And then they win the next game, and it's 3-3. But Boston's still not nervous because the 7th and definitive game will be held in Boston. Good to go.
I assume in Boston. Yep.
Oh, no. Actually, I think I may have had that backwards. Let me look at the thing one more time. It was in Boston. Yeah, I believe I have that right.
I was about to say, because I'm only assuming based off of the clip that you sent me.
Yeah.
Embiid, that wasn't in Philly. There's no way that would have happened in Philly. So I assume that they were in Boston.
One or the other. The point is as Game 7 is progressing.
I'm saying his name right?
Joel Embiid, yes.
Joel Embiid, yeah. I live in the Philly area, and I assume they won because I'll call it teams. We use Unite, but I'll call it teams. My company teams was on fire the next day or whatever the hell it was. I logged in today and saw the whole damn thing lit up with Embiid all over the place. So I assume they won something.
because again, you don't follow it. Joel Embiid has been the starting center for the Philadelphia 76ers for a number of years, but he has been what we would call,
I remember him being
cursed. Yeah, but he's been cursed.
He got injured a lot, didn't he?
Injured a lot. And
didn't they? If I'm not mistaken, hold on. I'm starting to show a little bit of NBA knowledge here. Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Analysis here first.
Yeah.
I could be way off. But if I'm not mistaken, because I do remember him being a really big deal when they got him. He got injured his first year, didn't he?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I might be an NBA fan. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we good. I know some
so
stuff.
so he was sidelined for the first 2 seasons for a foot and ankle injury due to right foot stress. He had suffered a torn left knee meniscus in 2017, bone bruise torn meniscus in 2021, LCL sprain in 23, another meniscus tear in 24. He suffered multiple broken orbital bones and concussions in 18 and 22. He tore a ligament in his hand and finger in 2020, suffered Bell's palsy in 2024, and had an appendectomy this year in 2026.
So how many years? I don't know if you got it up right now.
Mm-hmm.
How many years has he been on the Sixers?
Let's find out. With the history, drafted 3rd overall in 2014 by the 76ers.
So
he's
12
been
years?
There about, yeah.
So 12 years? How many full seasons did he play?
Also interesting. 4 seasons. As this Google machine's about to yell at me. He's like, full season. Hold on. He has never played a full 82-game regular season. While he's been in the NBA for 12 years since being drafted, he has missed more regular season games than he's played. And that's throughout his whole
career. Due to injury? Due to injuries?
Yes, is all injury.
That's crazy.
It says his most durable season was 21-22, where he played 68 games. And they followed it the next year with 66. He has appeared in over 60 games in 4 seasons of the 12.
How many playoff games does he have? I'm actually curious now. I'm digging us into a hole here, but I'm getting more interested as he asks more questions. How many post-game seasons has he played?
Let me see. And it states that he has played 64 playoff games as of today. He's only played in 64. Mm-hmm. He's played in 64 playoff games. Well, again, remember, if you make it to the second round, you've played at least 10 games. Easy. Because let's say you won years. Okay. even if you won both of those series, you won 4 games. There's no way that you swept them, so you lost a couple, which means you're already over 10. That's easily 6 years right there. So it adds up. It adds up, especially since he was actually, he's breaking it down right here. 8 games in his first postseason. He lost 4-1 in the semifinal, which means he advanced to the second round to the Raptors, to the Celtics in the first round. No, he's got some time spent in the postseason.
Okay.
It's that pesky regular season that keeps stopping him. So, in all essence, now that you're taking this ride, when you see that clip that I sent you of Philly going, "Oh yeah, we want Boston," and he was sitting there smiling because he finally got a chance to just ball out and be Joel Embiid, and that is the result. A dominant.
Talk about staying invested in somebody.
Oh, Philly?
They knew he was him. Oh yeah.
They have. Oh, you've probably seen it before. Around in Philly, trust the process. Have you seen that one all over the goddamn place? No? Yeah, that's been
the Philly too much.
That's been the Philly mantra with this team for a while now. Trust the process. Trust the process. Yeah. So they had this big comeback, and the Philly fans letting them have it.
As they should.
We want Boston.
As they will.
Now that we've gone over the pettiness between Philly and Boston, that takes me to the here and now, because y'all fucked up Boston, and then they came to the Garden, and let me tell you, that didn't work out too well for them. So the Knicks beat the 76ers last night, 137-98. Blew them out. And I go to work today because I went to work the day after the other blowout, and I told them what I've told all y'all. That that's not a real game. They played against a team that just didn't want to fucking be
You
there.
can't let them have it, bro. It's your team, isn't it?
But now I came in. Yeah, let's say this. I'm actually my
So
team.
if they go to win it all, is this going to be an asterisk on it?
No. See, here's the thing. My complaint right now is that this cannot be. This is a moment. Right.
Okay.
It's not consistent. They are never consistent like that. This isn't the dream team. They're not going to beat every opponent between now and the NBA Finals by 50 fucking points. It's just not going to happen that way. This isn't Jordan, Bird, and Magic on the same team. All right? Brunson, Mikal, fucking Carl, and OG are not fucking the 96, 92 Olympic team. Okay? That's not what this is. The competition gets a lot harder along the way. Right? So I went in the day after the Hawks blowout, said the spiel. So last night, another blowout. So I go to work today. And they're like, ho, I thought you said we weren't going to keep blowing teams out. And then last night, another blowout. So what do you got to say? So I pulled out my handy-dandy cell phone, and I showed them clips of how the Sixers bench was reacting to the blowout. And what I mean by reacting, I mean to get beat 30, 40, 50 points, right? So surely the chalkboard is out. They're we got to make some changes. We got to switch on defense. He's kicking the shit out of you. We got to figure this out. No, they're on the bench laughing, joking,
yucking it up.
I mean, when I say, you ever see someone laugh so hard they just hit you on the back? Oh my God, you so funny. That's what they were doing. So I'm not saying that we're going to smoke them, and I'm not saying that we're not going to beat them. I actually still think the Knicks can beat this team and make it to the Eastern Conference Final. What I'm saying is that this is the kind of bullshit that is hurting this league tremendously. This lackadaisical, not give a shit attitude about whatever the fuck it is that they're doing. The idea that, because I saw this in the previous round, where it's just they getting their ass beat, and you just see players sit back and go, all right, well, you know what? We'll get them next time, champ. You know what it is? Tonight's not our night. Tuesday was kind of a wash. Let's see him on Thursday. That's
kind of the luxury of the way the playoffs work, though, right?
Their specific playoffs with the 7-game series. The problem is that the problem with that, Dale, is that I feel like that's the beginning of an off switch. You're turning it off for just a second because we're getting our asses beat on national television anyway. Fuck it. We'll come back tomorrow. And then it's hard for people to understand when I say that, because if that was the case, because they always rebuttal, if that was the case, if the 76ers were getting smacked and just didn't give a shit, why would they work so hard to come back from a 3-1 deficit in the first round and beat the defending champs? To which my rebuttal is that if you're good enough to beat the defending champs like that, how the fuck could you wind up down 3-1?
So you feel like people are giving their full effort. Is that what you feel?
They're not giving. I said, no, yes, that's what you just said is correct. What I'm saying is they're not. I'm agreeing. Yes, that's what I'm saying. They're not giving their full effort. They'll give it up until a point. And if they feel like that effort is working out for them, keep going. Let's go. But as soon as they feel like, I'm not catching up. Fuck it. You remember I made this analogy earlier. You remember Ricky Bobby? The movie? Do you remember when at the very, very beginning of the movie, when Ricky Bobby and his buddy, they were just part of the crew. They would like put the car together for him, and they had the one racer where they were like putting the car together, and he got out of the car. And it was like, what are you doing, man? We got a race. He goes, come on, man. We're at 18th. I got to take a piss. and then he leaves. And they're like, what the hell, man? And he's like, you guys tried the hot dog? This is great. Like that.
No fucks. Didn't care at all.
And then they put Ricky Bobby in the car, and he fucking went off and like salvaged it. And he got like 4th place or something. And that's when they knew they had a real racer. That's what this is. There's a whole bunch of people making millions of dollars playing in the NBA who are just like, we'll get them on Friday. Fuck it. It's just like, and it's fucking nerve-wracking. I grew up watching a league where motherfuckers dove into the fucking stands just to get a fucking rebound, or would fucking elbow the shit out of a motherfucker who was doing far too well. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was strategies. There was something put together where it was just like, shut somebody down. Like, I know it's my Knicks that went off, but like, I wanna actually win. I don't want them to be. And I know Knicks fans are gonna hear this and they're gonna blow a gasket because they're like, we haven't been handed shit in years. I'll take whatever I can get now. It's like,
take the dub. You can't. You just as an individual just can't be happy. That's allow yourself to be.
I need a respectable win. I want the kind of win.
Now you have honor.
Celebrated. When have I not? I've always wanted that for the Knicks. I've always not a few years.
I have always wanted the best for them.
10 years ago, when we had Melo, when Carmelo Anthony was a Knick, and they were trying to put a supporting cast around him, I didn't like that. I didn't like the fact that we were built around the one guy. I don't like teams that are built like that. And to be fair, when I was growing up with the Knicks, it was never that. Patrick Ewing was obviously a big star. Willis Reed was obviously a big star, but they had complementary pieces that could play the game. That wasn't that. They brought in an over-the-hill Stoudemire. They brought in this person. They brought in that person, and it never really matched because they were already confined and chained to the max contract of the one guy. This team is built very balanced. With the exception of Brunson and Carl, there's no real all-stars on this team. It's just a well-balanced, well-put-together basketball team, which I love. I love that aspect of it. But I don't want to go against people that just don't give a fuck and don't want to play. Like, why the fuck did you even take the spot if that was going to be the case? Why the fuck did you show up at all if you were going to – you got so hot toward the end of the season, and then you got into the postseason and just fucking went to sleep. I don't understand it. Personally,
so there's not enough energy for you, is what you're saying. It's not.
I want effort. I want effort. I want to try to win. Try. I want to see a person try. It's like, we didn't talk about it here on the show, but me and my wife got into it hard body over the Bam Adebayo game. He scored, what was it, 83 points in in one game. And I'm watching
you guys. We said they were like feeding him the ball and shit.
It was schoolyard basketball. They were literally getting rebounds just to give him the fucking ball so he could keep going. And the other fucking defense would literally stand in front of him. He'd make one little move and then go, all right, he's just going to fucking, all right, just do whatever the fuck you're going to do. Watch that game back. And I'm not the only one that feels this time I was vindicated because usually I'm the old man yelling at clouds. But
yeah,
sports in general, like everybody, go look at First Take.
I do remember.
Everybody was fucking mad at this guy for scoring 83 points because it wasn't the fact that he did it; it was the way he did it. Everybody was fucking mad. He was bricking, making his own rebounds, putting the shit in. They were going 5-on-1, and he was forcing shots up. He was just trying to be Kobe so goddamn hard, and it was fucking disgusting. I can't take this league seriously anymore. Motherfuckers just out here doing shit, saying shit. It fucking irked the shit out of me. As soon as I was thinking about talking about the blowout, and then I saw Boston and Philly, and I went, nah, we're doing all this shit because this is bananas. I can't fucking do this shit anymore with people. Now actually, I take it back. I just realized what I said earlier, that Boston was the defending champs. They won the year before that. This year's defending champs is Oklahoma City, and they got this dude on there, SGA. Okay. I can't even pronounce his old fucking name, but this dude makes my fucking neck hurt. This motherfucker irks me until the end of time. While I point to this motherfucker when I talk to new fans and go, "This your man? This is your man."
What's wrong with him?
Okay. If I was
you about to go down a fucking right. The way you set that up, you about to fucking.
I almost told myself, "Bring me the ball, son. Hold on, I'm gonna show these motherfuckers." Right? He is what we're now referring to. There's a new name for it now. He's a foul baiter. A foul baiter. right? So what he does is he dribbles it up, boom, boom, boom. He goes for a shot or he goes for a layup, and whether you make contact with him or not, when he goes up, he just falls down. Every single time. He goes up, oh, and he goes down. This motherfucker takes more bumps than Seth Rollins in a 20-minute Broadway at WrestleMania. He falls down, he rolls over. I have seen this man dribble, lose control of the ball. No defense. He just lost control of the ball. Goes for the ball. The guy is chasing after him, but is behind him. Still no contact. And as he goes for the ball, actually completes like a whole roll and then looks at the referee. It's like, call what?
Did LeBron get accused for that for a little while too?
Oh no, they still to this day La Flop. They call him La Flop because
I know a little bit.
Yeah. So but see the problem with LeBron. I actually didn't mind when LeBron did it because LeBron is not so much favoritism, but I always put LeBron in the Shaq category because I was always surprised that Shaq didn't do it more because LeBron is in that category with Shaq in my mind because of the strength factor. He's so much bigger and he's so much stronger that when he goes to the basket, you can punch him in the stomach and it won't matter. He's going to go to the basket. He's that goddamn strong. He's just going to bowl right through everybody and fucking dunk it. He can't be stopped. Just like Shaq. When Shaq used to tear the fucking the backboard down, he got hit every time he did it. But no foul call because you can't tell he's being hit. It's just strong power. Boom. So I remember very early on in LeBron's career, he used to get hit a lot. He would look at the referee and go, what the fuck? What? I didn't see any contact. So what ended up happening was that every time he got hit, he would go, ugh, so he could show contact. And then they go, it's a foul. Then all of a sudden it's like, oh, he's flopping, right? So I kind of got it when LeBron did it. This motherfucker is no goddamn LeBron or Shaq. He's some little dude from Canada that fucking keeps the. That's it.
Does he get the calls?
Damn near. If I had to average it out, like 90% of the time, and that's not.
Bro,
that's not an exaggeration.
The moral of this segment is you a hater, dog.
I'm not. How is that hating?
You are mad because he's
cheapening. No, I'm mad because he's cheapening the game, son. If you're gonna get, you know who should have flopped by that logic? Allen Iverson should have flopped every fucking chance he got because he was getting forearms at the back of the fucking head. He was getting actual fucking contact. That's the reason why he got the fucking sleeve. Everyone wears the sleeve now because it looks pretty, but he actually got a sleeve because his arms were getting fucked up hitting the floor every night because he was getting decked and tripped and cock punched and all kinds of weird shit.
Cock punch is fucking
This
crazy.
guy isn't getting hit at all and he's falling on the ground. I've seen this man take literal front bumps like in the ring where he was just front on the floor and then do the same That's the new thing that every basketball player does now. As soon as they took a shot and they miss it, they look right at the referee. What?
Yeah, where's my call? Yeah.
Where's my call? I need 2 free throws, please, sir.
Give it to me. Yep.
Yum. Give it to me.
Yeah. So I don't like this. Fuck the what do you say? What's the word? Integrity. Fuck the integrity of this.
The honor and prestige.
Get your ring, get your bag. Fuck out of here. You can tell I clearly am not a fan of the sport.